The book costs $2. A library discard from a branch in suburban Ohio, sold for $2 at a Tuesday morning sale, stamped out for the last time in 1987 by someone whose name you do not know and will not know. The title is one you have scrolled past in articles. The first page is one you have never actually read. The wealthy do not look wealthy. They drive used cars and live in houses the algorithm would not recommend, and they have been doing this quietly, systematically, for longer than most financial content has existed. You buy the book for $2. You read it in your car. You are 26. You have $14,000 in savings, a salary of $68,000, and the precise feeling shared by everyone your age who has done everything right and arrived at a number that does not match the effort. You track your spending. You have a Roth IRA. You watch the reels. The number barely moves. The book does not tell you to hustle harder. It does not tell you to invest in the thing the algorithm is currently recommending. It tells you that the people who kept wealth across generations followed rules that have not changed in 100 years, and that the reason you have not followed them is that nobody in 2026 is selling them. Because you cannot monetize patience. Because the attention economy has no use for a principle that compounds in silence. You are 26. You have $14,000. You have 5 rules left to learn. 1. Capital is not built. It is protected. The first rule is the one that breaks the most cleanly from everything 2026 has been selling you. You have been taught to invest. You have not been taught what investing means to a family that has been doing it across 4 generations. It does not mean finding the right vehicle. It does not mean timing anything. It means identifying the money you will never spend and treating it differently from the moment you set it aside. Not in an emergency, not in an opportunity, not when something feels certain. Old money families call this the principal, not a word for the interest rate, a word for the pool of capital that generates everything else. And that you protect the way you protect the foundation of a building. You do not spend the foundation. You live in what the foundation supports. You move $8,000 of your $14,000 into a separate brokerage account. You index it into the S&P 500. You set up automatic contributions of $400 a month. And then you do something you have never done with money before in your adult life. You stop watching it. The first month is uncomfortable. You are accustomed to checking. The second month is less so. By the third month, you understand what the book was trying to tell you on the first page. Compounding requires you to look away. The anxiety of watching is what breaks the chain. The people who built generational wealth did not watch their numbers daily. They built systems and trusted the systems and went back to work. The shift. You stop measuring what you have. You start measuring what you have committed never to touch. The principle is not a savings account. It is a decision you are not allowed to unmake. 2. Your income is not your identity. In 2026, everyone is performing their income. The car is performing it. The apartment is performing it. The restaurant, the vacation, the upgrade cycle, all of it broadcast and indexed for an audience of people doing the same thing back. You have been doing this. You did not know you were doing this. You thought you were just living. The rule that old money follows on this is not a rule about modesty. It is a rule about arithmetic. Every dollar spent performing your income is a dollar that does not enter the principal. And every dollar that does not enter the principal at 26 is worth more than $5 at 46. This is not philosophy. This is the compound interest table. You drive the same car. It is 6 years old. It runs. You stop apologizing for it. You stop explaining it. Something strange begins to happen. In certain rooms, people start taking you more seriously, not because you have demonstrated wealth, you have demonstrated nothing, but because you have stopped demonstrating need. There is a composure to someone who is not performing. People mistake it for confidence. They are not entirely wrong. What it actually is, the absence of the low-frequency anxiety that comes from spending ahead of your position. The old money families you begin to study, not the celebrities, not the tech founders, the actual generational wealth, share one visible characteristic. You cannot tell from looking at them what they have. No visible logo. No watch that speaks before they do. Not because they are modest in spirit, because visibility is a tax. The visible wealthy attract the wrong attention. The pitch. The renegotiated friendship. The deal that exists only because someone assumes you have money to lose. Invisibility is not poverty. Invisibility is protection. The shift. You stop spending to signal where you are. You start spending to build where you are going. The performance was always for an audience that was not paying attention to you. It was performing back. 3. Your reputation is the asset that compounds fastest. In 2026, everyone has a personal brand, a mission statement, a value proposition on a website, a content strategy designed to make them visible in their industry. Old money does not do this. Old money builds what the book calls a name, not a brand, not a platform, a reputation for doing what you say in the rooms where it matters. A name in the old sense is what people believe about you when you are not in the room. It is the answer to one question. Can this person be trusted with something important? It is built across years of small, correct decisions made quietly. It is destroyed in a single, loud, wrong one. You are 30. You have begun doing consulting work on evenings and weekends. Not aggressively. Not with a funnel or a newsletter. With 2 clients referred by someone you helped once without charging. The old money rule on this is specific. Your reputation precedes your invoice. You do not market yourself. You deliver, and you let the delivery speak. A 3rd client finds you. Then, a 4th. You turn down a project that would have paid $9,000 in 6 weeks because the person offering it cuts corners in ways that would attach your name to the cutting. You say no. The discomfort lasts 4 days. The clarity lasts longer. Money discussed is money diluted. The moment you tell someone what you are building, you trade the energy of building it for the temporary dopamine of being seen building it. Old money families held assets for generations without press releases. The wisdom in the quiet is not mystical. It is structural. Announcing what you are building invites interference from people who did not help you build it. An introduction is made through someone you did the free work for. A problem needs solving. You solve it. The fee is $18,000. You have never sent that number on an invoice before. You hold it. They pay it without negotiating. You reinvest every dollar into principal. You do not upgrade your life. The shift. The reputation begins to earn on its own. The name starts compounding in rooms you never entered. You stop trying to be visible. You start trying to be irreplaceable to the right 10 people. 4. Time is the only asset that cannot be repurchased. Old money families did not build wealth in years. They built it in generations, which means every member of the chain had to be willing to plant trees they would never sit under. You are 33. The algorithm is still running. It has not changed its fundamental offer: urgency in exchange for your attention and your attention in exchange for decisions that serve someone else's timeline. You have begun to notice the pattern underneath the noise. Every opportunity that demands you move fast is an opportunity that benefits from your moving fast more than it benefits you. Speed is someone else's exit. You begin making decisions with a 15 to 20-year horizon. Not because you are patient by nature, because you have run the math on what patient means in dollars. At a 10% average annual return, the S&P 500's historical average, $89,000 becomes $231,000 in 10 years without adding a single dollar. In 20 years, it becomes $599,000. In 30, it becomes $1.5 million. The most powerful variable in that equation is not the return rate. It is the length of time. Every year you extend the horizon, the outcome compounds. Every year you shorten it by spending the principal, the outcome collapses. You turn down 3 opportunities that would have produced cash quickly and consumed your attention entirely. You invest instead in positions that are slow and boring and will not be interesting to discuss at any dinner party. You are not trying to win a conversation. You are trying to be solvent in 2046. The long view changes what you notice. You stop reacting to market movements. You stop reading the daily news as if it is personally addressed to you. You position for a slowdown before one arrives, not because you predicted it, because your horizon is long enough that you were already holding something that would benefit from it. The position returns $31,000 over 16 months. You reinvest it. You do not celebrate. Returns are expected. Celebrations are for outcomes you were not sure you deserved. The shift. You stop measuring success in years. You start measuring it in decades. The 20-year decision feels slow at 33. At 43, it is the only decision you are glad you made. 5. Build in silence. Let the results speak in decades. The fifth rule is the one that makes the first four possible. It is also the one the attention economy is most specifically designed to prevent. Building in silence means not announcing what you are building, not posting the journey, not sharing the strategy while you are executing it, not performing the discipline before the discipline has produced a result. Old money families held land for generations without content about the land. The privacy was not modesty. The privacy was the strategy. What you do not announce cannot be competed with, cannot be copied, cannot be disrupted by the opinions of people who do not have the information you have. You are 37. Your principal has never been touched. It is $198,000. Your consulting generates $11,400 a month. You own one small 2-unit property in a secondary market that no algorithm recommended and no content creator would feature because it is not photogenic and the numbers are not dramatic. The cap rate is clean. The tenants pay reliably. You hold it. People your age are anxious in ways they name and do not name. The mortgage, the market fluctuation that wiped 3 months of contributions in a week, the raise they did not get. You are not immune to the world, but you are insulated from the urgency of it. The emergency fund the internet recommends is 3 months of expenses. Yours is measured in years. You do not mention this. No one needs to know what the floor is. They only need to know you are still standing. The book says this about the final rule. The display of wealth is the first expenditure of the insecure. You have not displayed anything. You are wearing a $38 watch. You have owned it for 5 years. It tells time accurately. That is what a watch is for. The shift. You stop building for an audience. You start building for 2046. The silence is not emptiness. The silence is compounding. Somewhere tonight, a 26-year-old is at a library sale holding a $2 book and reading a sentence that does not sound true yet. The wealthy do not look wealthy. She will probably put it back. The notification on her phone will recapture her before she gets to the second chapter. The algorithm is very loud in 2026. The quiet is very far from the screen. But if she reads it, if she follows the first rule and then the second and then sits with the discomfort of the third long enough for it to become a structure and not just a posture, she will not become someone different. She will become someone with options, real ones, the kind that take 11 years to build and do not announce themselves when they arrive, the kind that feel less like a destination and more like a terrain. Quieter than expected, slower, more permanent. The book costs $2. The rules are free. The only thing they will cost you is the version of yourself that wanted it faster. Old money did not build in years, it built in generations. The question is not whether you can afford the patience, it is whether you can afford the alternative.